Community-led policing isn't just about responding to incidents. It's about building relationships. By working closely with you, our local business community, we create partnerships that foster a safe, inviting atmosphere for everyone.
Our commitment extends beyond crime prevention. We're here to enhance quality of life, making Lancaster not only a great place to do business, but also a great place to live.
At the Lancaster Police Department, we understand that a safe community is the foundation of a thriving business environment. Your safety is our mission and your success is our goal.
Together, we're not just growing businesses, we're building a stronger Lancaster.
Hello, Lancaster residents. I'm Vice Mayor Marvin Christ, and today I'm excited to discuss Measure YM's pivotal role in shaping a more vibrant and secure future for our community. Measure YM reflects Lancaster residents' desire to keep more of our money here in the city of Lancaster. The residents of Lancaster passed this measure in November of '24. Your voice has been heard. Now it's the city's turn to provide critical improvements in public safety, recreational facilities, and community programs, including our Midtown Educational Center, new stadium, new disaster recovery facility, and aquatic center. These initiatives ensure Lancaster remains a place where safety and a community thrive. The county currently collects 2.5% of the total taxable sales. This represents $70 million in real dollars paid by our residents to the county. The city is getting back less than $20 million in allocated for our local share. This despite our city's significant size and large amount of infrastructure. Overall, Lancaster maintains one of the lowest effective tax rates across Los Angeles County. If you take into consideration sales, property, and utility taxes, Lancaster collects on average $480 per capita, which is far less than the county's average of $1,041 per capita. Even the state legislature and the governor recognized how underserved the Antelope Valley is and passed AB 2443. This allowed both cities in the Antelope Valley to keep more sales tax dollars local and to support our essential services. While the county reallocates over $50 million of Lancaster residents' dollars to other parts of the county, we focus on what directly benefits Lancaster. Our measure ensures more of your tax dollars are invested right here at home, upgrading our infrastructure, building out a police department, and fostering a business-friendly environment that supports growth and safety. The City Council prioritizes and ensures safe, streamlined processes, minimize bureaucracy, and maximize efficiency. This approach allows us to be more maneuverable, providing quicker, more actionable results.
Initial study, and the responses to these comments are provided in a memorandum dated June 10th, 2025. The comment letters did not necessitate any modifications to the initial study. The public hearing notice was mailed to owners and occupants within a 500-foot radius, installed on the subject site, and posted in compliance with the Lancaster Municipal Code. I will clarify at this time that the recommended action before you consists of recommending approval to the City Council for the general plan amendment and zone change. The final determination would go before City Council. In conclusion, staff recommend that the Planning Commission adopt Resolution 2509. Myself and the applicant team are available for any questions.
Thank you. Just for the record, we have received in our packet some 145, 50 pages of documents, and then today we had the opportunity to review another 126 pages from the law firm you mentioned and another 4 pages from a firm, an entity called Green Jobs. Anyway, we've also reviewed the conditions of approval, and I have some questions on that. Maybe other members may have some comments or questions of staff before we proceed. No? On the condition number 19, talks about a signalized intersection on the west boundary of the property. Did I read that right?
That's correct.
So there's another signal about 1,300 feet west of that at the courthouse. So what do we think about that, Mr. Traffic Engineer?
That particular signal or that particular location was chosen to coincide with the development across the street from the city of Palmdale. I believe it's their logistics center. I don't remember the name right off the top of my head. But they had already conducted a traffic study and identified that location where they were going to have an entrance into the project. So we wanted to make sure that this project lined up with that so that we are not putting in an additional intersection and that they were able to have full access movement at that intersection since it is signalized.
So that assumes, based on the plan approval of that Covington project in Palmdale, assuming they actually build it, are they sharing the cost of that signalized intersection? Or is this applicant obliged, if they go forward, to pay for it entirely?
If they go forward before the Covington project goes forward, they would be responsible for the entire cost.
All right, thank you. On page 21, it talks about internal or no external cabinets. In my understanding, that's switchgear. So everything in these buildings are within a mechanical room. Nothing's hung up on the outside of the buildings, on the facade, on anywhere other than rooftop. Is that correct? And that's screened?
That is correct.
You know, just for a point of clarification, we went through a public hearing a while back on a conditional use permit where we specifically called out that particular requirement. And as I drove by that project, it's not quite finished last week, I noticed the switch gears hanging on the outside of the building, right on the public right-of-way. So I have a level of concern about that. I'm sure the developer is going to whine. He can whine all he wants. That's not where it goes. Number 35 talks about a 5-foot sidewalk. Are we requiring a meandering sidewalk for this project?
Yes, along Avenue M, they are required to install a 14-foot meandering sidewalk.
Is it attached to anything on the west or east?
It would be, well, they would have to design it so that it ends basically at their individual driveways.
Okay, thank you.
And that is, yes, it would be attached to the existing gas station that's just to the east of the project site.
Okay. I'm reading my notes, so
And just to clarify, we're only reviewing the project site, not the site to the west that's Office Professional. There's no changes to the site closest to the courthouse.
That's correct, yes. There is still a parcel of vacant land between this site and the courthouse, which is not part of the proposal before us.
Okay.
Commissioner Creel, you had a comment?
Yeah, it was just more related to the external switchgear. It's my understanding that Edison is very particular, so I've run into that myself multiple times where Edison forces your hand.
Edison thinks they have more power than we do, and they don't. They have power.
No pun intended.
Actually, they don't have power. The majority of the projects coming forward, particularly the industrial projects, most likely do not have power and certainly not water. So those are issues that developers are having to deal with today on large industrial projects and residential projects for that matter. So on the paper drop we got today, Ms. Brakey, any comments on that? It looks to me like a replication of what we had previously.
That's my assessment as well.
Okay, so for the record, your comments relative to the paper drop, that's the 130 pages we received today, is, for the record?
The responses provided in the memorandum on file would still apply to the response that we received
Okay,
today.
that's a memorandum of June 10th that was in our packet, the 4-pager? Okay,
Correct.
great, thank you. All right then, that's all I had at this point. Is the applicant, developer, whomever, do they wish to speak to us today? If they do, they're welcome to come up and tell us who you are and speak in your outside voice.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Jessica Houghton. Can you hear me okay?
I don't think your mic is on.
Testing? Yes.
Okay, go
Good
ahead.
afternoon, Jessica.
You
Jessica Houghton, Synergy Consulting.
Welcome.
And I'm representing Lancaster M Avenue LLC, the ownership group, and I'm available if you have any questions.
So are you a consultant for the developer or actual developer of this project?
A consultant, yes. A consultant?
All right, very good, thank you. You do the entitlement and, okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have any public speakers on this item?
Chair votes we have 9 speaker cards.
Really? Okay. All right then. Since we have no other speakers, staff is, any further comments? Nope. All right then, so without objection, we'll close the public hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chair votes. I said 9.
There's 9 speakers, not none.
9 is in the number 9, not the German 9.
I thought you said none.
9, as in less
It's too
than 10.
late, too late.
If I may, the first speaker is Zach Strasters, followed by Quentin Miles. Zach, please.
The letter writer, come on up, Jack.
Good afternoon, Zach
Good afternoon.
Strasters, Creed LA. A pleasure to be here. Chairman Vos, fellow commissioners. Today, the project before you and the developer who came to represent it, Synergy, they've done an excellent job to make sure that they reached out to the community, heard the concerns, were willing to come to the table and sit down and adapt a project that met the various needs of the community. If you're not familiar, what Creed does is we represent the interests of the local communities in which projects are built. We don't rubber stamp projects and we don't approve them just because they're being built. We take a look at whether or not they meet the needs of the local community. As you mentioned, a lot of these projects come out here and some developers are willing to just try to get away with doing the bare minimum. However, fortunately in this particular case, I can say that Synergy was willing to go above and beyond. This project has not only seen the needs of the local workforce, but it's also seen the needs of the community that wants to engage it with the permanent positions that'll be offered afterwards. We think it's a great offering. It's not only checked all the boxes, but the developer themselves, again, has shown an authentic willingness to meet people where they're at. For those reasons, Creed LA is overwhelmingly in support of this project, and we're asking that you give it a vote of approval today. Thanks, and God bless you.
Thank you for your comments. That's one of 9, so there's 8 more.
Next up is Quentin Miles, followed by Walter Flores.
Afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. Honorable Planning Commission. My name is Quentin Miles, and I'm here to speak in favor of the Synergy Industrial Project. Once upon a time, I was lost and on drugs and alcohol. Then, one day, Jesus came into my heart and changed my life. Through the trades, men and women who have difficult pasts are able to find employment and a second chance to be contributors to our local community in a positive way. The developer has shown willingness to help lend a real hand up to men and women like myself, to include them on this project and make a tangible impact in the redemption of our local community. For that reason, I ask that you approve this project. Thank you, and God bless you guys.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Walter Flores, followed by Fatima Delgado.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, Honorable Planning Commissioners, Chairman Voss, and fellow commissioners. My name is Walter Flores, and I'm here to speak in favor of the Synergy Project. I'm an emerging leader of the Kingsman Discipleship Home, and we are a Christian residential program, and we help men get off the streets and introduce them to the love of Jesus, to help equip them to be successful in the fulfilling of their particular calling. For some, this includes finding gainful employment to provide for themselves and or for their families. The developer of this project has made meaningful commitments to include the local community on both the development and operation of this project. Therefore, the KDH is asking that you approve this project. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Fatima Delgado, followed by Jose Gomez.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Fatima Delgado. I am speaking today to show support to the Synergy project. This project will have a big impact on the city of Lancaster. We need more positive developments and projects like this to boost our economy. Overall, I think this project is good for everyone involved and seems to be a huge asset to this area. Vote yes, and thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Jose Gomez, followed by Brenda Castillo.
Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Jose Gomez. I'm here today to support this project and would like to see you guys vote yes on it. I've been a resident of Lancaster for about 10 years now, and I had to travel down to LA for work for many of those years. It's kind of difficult for us with limited employment here in Lancaster, so it's nice to see projects like this that'll promote employment for the city. I hope that more projects like this come to Lancaster, and I hope you vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Brenda Castillo, followed by Glenn Nahar, or Najar.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Brenda Castillo. I came here to show support of this project. Southern California and specifically the city of Lancaster needs more projects like these. For us that we have to travel an hour and 20 minutes and not 300 miles to our car daily, projects like this really work in the city. This will bring employment opportunities in both short and long term. This project will do that, and it will boost definitely will boost the economy of Lancaster. Our city needs to grow, and it really needs more projects like this. I think this project will be a positive asset and an addition to the city, and I hope you guys support it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Glenn Nahar, followed by Johnny Escobedo.
Good afternoon, sir, and welcome.
Honorable committee. Good afternoon. My name is Glenn with Anchor Church. Our ministry is so happy to support projects like this one with clear community benefits for people in our congregation who live and work in Lancaster and Los Angeles County. This project will support our local workforce and lead to stronger community development. We urge you to approve this project to give those in need of a second chance an opportunity to improve their lives. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Next up is Johnny Escobedo, followed by Renee Palacios.
Good afternoon, sir, and welcome.
Good afternoon, Chairman Vos and members. My name is Johnny Escobedo. I'm a representative for Iron Workers Local 416 here today in support of this project. The comments made by the applicant to local hire ensures that our hardworking men and women are given a chance to advance their careers while earning a middle-class wages and benefits. Additionally, the choice to hire from our local skilled workforce ensures a high-quality project will be built right from the beginning. We urge you to vote yes on this project today. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
The last speaker for this item is Renee Palacios.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Chairman Vos. Is it Vos or Vos?
Vos.
Vos. Good afternoon, Chairman Vos and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Renee Palacios, and I am the business agent for the Iron Workers of Local 433. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today, and I am seeking your support for this project. Approving this project is a critical step in moving forward that has the potential to create good-paying union jobs right here in Antelope Valley. Our members live and work in this region, and projects like this will allow them to support their families, contribute to the local economy, and build the very structures that strengthen your community. I'm from Orange County. On behalf of the Iron Workers Local 433 and the skilled men and women that I represent, I respectfully ask for your support. Thank you for your time and your continued commitment to the people of Lancaster and the members of Local 433. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the speakers. Okay, do I dare close the public hearing now? So without objection, we'll close the public hearing, consider a motion.
I'll move that we adopt resolution number 25-09, recommending City Council approval of General Plan Amendment number 24001 to change the general plan designation of approximately 40 gross acres located at the northwest corner of Avenue M and Division. Assessors parcels numbers 3128, 013, 010, and 011 from office professional to light industry, and of zone change number 24-001 to change the zoning from office professional to light industrial, and recommend the City Council adopt the initial study mitigating negative declaration number 2025-040920 and mitigation monitoring and reporting program, and authorizing staff to execute a notice of determination.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
A second.
Thank you. Anything further from members? We'd like to vote. There we go. Please vote. Motion passes 5-0 with 2 members absent. Congratulations and good luck on your project. We'd like to see it grow out of the ground soon. The next item is a new public hearing, conditional use permit 24-11. So without objection, the hearing's open on this matter. Ms. Alvarado is presenting on this today.
Good evening, Chairman Vos and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Mitzi Alvarado. I'm the project planner. The next item before you is conditional use permit 2411, which is for a new banquet hall. The applicant is the Venue by Palacio, represented by Rafael Tovar and team who are here tonight. The project site is located at 2733 West Avenue L. As you can see, the location of the site is within the West Lancaster Plaza Shopping Center on the northeast corner of 30th Street West and Avenue L. For context, this is also the shopping center with the Stater Brothers and the Vinces as the bigger tenants. It also has the Schooners and the newly constructed Starbucks over on the southeast corner of the project, or of the commercial center. The project is zoned commercial plan development, or 4 CPD. Entertainment uses such as banquet halls require a conditional use permit in this zone. The proposed banquet hall plans to host private events such as meetings, weddings, and birthdays during the business operating hours, which are Monday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. The applicant is not requesting an ABC license as part of this proposal. All food and alcohol would be provided by licensed caterers. Security will be provided for every event at a rate of 1 guard for every 75 guests, and this is also a condition of approval. Here's the floor plan of the banquet hall space. The tenant space includes 2 venue spaces where events can be held, a small venue highlighted in green, and a larger venue highlighted in blue. The tenant space also includes several smaller rooms that will be utilized for storage, restrooms, and guest preparation room. The proposed banquet hall plans to host, the project is categorically exempt from CEQA under Class 1 for existing facilities. Public hearing notices were mailed to all owners and occupants within a 500-foot radius and posted on the subject property in compliance with the Lancaster Municipal Code. With that, staff recommends Planning Commission adopt Resolution 2510, approving CUP 2411 to allow for a new banquet hall at 2733 West Avenue L. I and the applicant are available for any questions you may have.
Thank you. For the record, we did receive an uncontested letter on this project from the applicant, although it wasn't signed, but I'm assuming that's who it came from. Members, you have any questions or comments? None? All right. The applicant likes to chat with us this evening, this afternoon. You're welcome to. That way we get to ask you questions.
Absolutely. My name is Andres Cabrera, and I'm part of this project. And oh, there you go. There. I'll be here, okay? But if you guys have any questions, we're trying to do a center that we can actually do business gatherings, private events to host for this community. And we have a team that is very involved with the community leaders. And then we just want to go ahead and bring everybody together in one of the locations here. That's why we call it the venue.
I see. I had a couple questions, and you did too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Is there an on-site kitchen?
No kitchen.
No kitchen. Everything will be
It's
outside
all
catering.
getting strictly catered from different outside restaurants. I also own Rio, the restaurant, and then we'll be doing catering from there as well.
So you indicated that you accept the conditions of approval, which under number 12, you have to, if I understand it correctly, you have to apply for every catering alcohol beverage opportunity at the time or prior to the time of being approved through city planning. You can't just put it in and do it when you want.
Right.
You understand that?
Correct. We are going to be working on the future to go ahead and change that as well, but for now we're going to be using the catering.
It would depend on your clientele and the venue and what they intend to do and all the rest of it, so.
Absolutely.
Some may have alcoholic beverages, some may not.
Right, some don't, some do.
Like quinceañeras, maybe not having alcohol, for instance.
Right. They probably would. But we'll make sure we have a good team of security. We're working with Inside Security, Spice Security. They do a lot of the concerts and festivals here. And they're actually, I think, patrol, I want to say, a good portion of the day. They do night, not sure if it's 24 hours. Plus, we're going to be using in-house, also with other professional security companies as well, including the sheriff department. We're going to be working as well with them as well.
Well, it's a venue certainly needed in the community, that's for sure.
100%, yeah.
You do understand the conditional, assuming it's approved today, the conditional use permit can be reviewed periodically by this commission.
Yes.
Particularly if there's concerns about the conditions of approval and any issues, crime primarily.
Correct. Yeah, we're definitely going to get away from that. That's why everything we're doing is private gatherings. So we're dealing with one client versus open to the public. It's not going to be open for the public. We're not doing no nightclubs or any kind of like promotion stuff like that.
Very good.
And we're trying to be closed by midnight. I go to sleep at 9:30, so I wake up at 4:30. So I'm trying not to have a business that keeps me up too late. So
takes a while to clean up.
I know. We have a good team too.
All right, sir. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anything else from staff?
Nothing else.
Nothing? All right, thank you. Any speakers on this item?
There are no speakers.
None. Did he say 9? Too much fun. All right, thank you. So without objection, we'll close the public hearing on this item and consider a motion.
I move to adopt resolution number 2511, approving the tentative track map 2207.
It's 25.
Am I reading it wrong? I'm sorry.
2510.
I'm sorry. 2510, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. 2510, approving the conditional use permit number 20-011 for banquet. Oh, I can barely read my own thing. Banquet hall within an existing building located in the commercial plan development zone at 2733 West Avenue L. And finding the project categorically exempt under the California Environmental Quality Act, authorizing staff to execute and file a notice of exemption.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, y'all.
I'll second.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. Anything further from members? Please vote. Motion passes 4 with 1 abstention and 2 absent. You need, is it Commissioner Creel? You abstained? You need to tell us why.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate. I just recognized earlier today when I walked when I saw Andres walk up to the podium, we are working on a very small project elsewhere. So I think it's appropriate to abstain.
Very good, thank you. All right then, that brings us to the next public hearing. Tentative track map number 22-007. The map number is 53256, so without objection, public hearing's open on this. Ms. Breaky again.
Thank you, Chair Vos. The next item before you is tentative track map number 22007, map number 53256. The project site is located at the northwest corner of 35th Street East and Avenue K, directly south of Eastside High School. The property is zoned R7000, and the applicant on this project is Yigal Hasid. The track map before you shows the proposed layout of the lots. It's a 150 residential lot subdivision on 40 gross acres. An initial study was completed for the project and noticed publicly between May 13th and June 12th, 2025. Staff received 2 comment letters during this period, which did not necessitate any modifications to the initial study. The public hearing notice was mailed to owners and occupants within a 500-foot radius of the site, installed on the subject property, and posted in compliance with the Lancaster Municipal Code. In conclusion, staff recommend adoption of resolution number 2511, Staff and the applicant are here for any questions.
Thank you. Members have any questions? Earlier today, I had an opportunity to exchange emails with our planning manager regarding the Phase 1 that was conducted on the property and the comments that were made relative to that Phase 1. Just as a point of information, I was involved with entitlement and construction of Eastside High School. And during the environmental review of that particular project, we determined that the site contained above ground and underground transite pipe for irrigation purposes, which is, for those of you that don't know, transite pipe contains asbestos, which is requires mitigation, careful mitigation. In the bugs and bunny category, that's my term. It's actually the birds. We ended up finding bats, which are a protected species, in some of the drainage areas there. And I wouldn't be surprised if loggerhead shrikes are also within the area. So at any rate, I just bring it up as a point of information, so I'm sure the developer who has experience building projects like this will follow correct protocols and do the proper mitigations, which are required by our conditions of approval. So do we have speakers on this?
We have one by the name of Arden Hughes.
Okay, one speaker.
That's it?
Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. It's good to be back. My name is Arden Hughes. I live at 44007 40th Street East, Lancaster. I am a 39-year East Sider and proud of it. So I've been out there a long time. Was out there at the very beginning of the Rancho Tierra del Sol project. From an East Sider's standpoint, it's a fabulous place to live out there. It really is. Nice homes on large lots. Over the years, I was the vice president on the Rancho Tierra del Sol Homeowner Association, and we were given the opportunity to meet with several of the developers out there in the past, trying to just get a blend from their projects to ours. Nobody ever expects anybody to build on 1 acre lots in a custom setting like that. That's not going to happen. And our 7,000 is the flavor of the day at this time. We understand that. But over the years, we dealt with some old names. Mr. Vose, you remember Cambridge Homes? What was another one out there? Serrano Ranch, Kaufman and Broad. And each and every one of them met with us and agreed that there should be some kind of a buffer between their projects and us. And not just for us and not just for them, but let's be real about it, really for the city of Lancaster. So I don't know if any of you have driven down Avenue K, but you're going eastbound, you cross 32nd Street, and you look to the south, and that's the existing K&B track. We negotiated our 10,000-foot lots with them. Now, not to take a lot of my time or your time, but we asked for 15 and 20,000-foot lots, and of course, nobody gets what they want, and we ended up with our 10,000-foot lots. As you travel eastbound, 32nd Street to 35th Street, look off to the south and look at how nice that setting is and how that track really does blend with Serrano Ranch. The lots are wider apart, a little bit more of a setback. Really a nice look. As you come south now, or north on 35th Street into this Rancho Tierra del Sol track, I think it would be a nice look, a valuable look to both the developer, the existing homeowners, and the city to kind of maintain that same kind of look out there that we negotiated with all of the previous contractors. Some of them, of course, fell by the wayside and they didn't make it, but They may come back someday. And I look forward to talking to each and every one of you again. So if you haven't been out that way, maybe stall this for 30 days. Go out there and look at that so you can get an idea and a flavor of what we're really talking about. It's unique. It's one of a kind in the city of Lancaster. I'd like to see it maintained. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for your comments. Members, anything? Staff, response? The applicant is here. Would you care to address us?
Good afternoon. My name is Igal Chassid. We're developers up here in Palmdale, Lancaster for over 30 years. Your staff is amazing. I work with both Mitzi and Kendall.
We think so too.
Huh?
We think so too.
Yeah, you guys have been doing great. I've known Vern Lawson, and I don't know if you remember him. I've been up here in Palmdale, Lancaster for many, many years, built, developed, made money, lost money, the whole 9 yards. And looking forward to doing this. Looking forward to do this. We have another one on 40th East and J that we got approved a year ago also. And to his needs, the lots are much bigger, the 10,000. So I think he'll be happy with that. And that's it. Thank you very much. And
all right. I may have questions. Anyone? No? All right. Thank you, sir.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Excuse me. What's the size of the lots to the west? Are those R7,000 as well? If you know.
I would have to check. I can verify. I believe it is R7000 to the west, yes.
My eyeballs make it seem about 7,000.
Can I speak just for a second? I forgot to put in a paper. I didn't do my...
Excuse me, sir. We can't hear you, and we don't know who you are, so if you want to talk to us, please fill out a speaker's card, and then you could come join us. Okay. Otherwise, you're not on the record. We'd like to, we'd like to hear from you, but we got to get you on the record. Stephen, don't you have a copy of the map on this one? Or didn't you have that in your hand earlier? Yeah? Why don't you bring it up and I can't see that either. Why don't you bring it up and let Vice Chair Derryberry look at it.
And the only entrance and exit is off of 35th Street East, right? Nothing off of Avenue K? Am I seeing that correctly?
That's correct, yes. Entrances would be to the east and to the west.
Oh, there's one off of the west side on El Nido Lane as well, I see?
Correct, yeah, from the existing street connection.
Oh, okay. That's what I was missing. I didn't see that other exit. I thought it was odd to I thought it was odd to only have one off of 35th Street, but now I see it's this. There's another one there on the bottom left corner. Thank you.
If I recall, there's a drainage structure on the west side of this proposed track as well, right? I can't remember if it's above ground or below ground.
If there's one proposed under the current map on the west side?
Yeah.
It's an existing earthen channel along the west side.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Afternoon, sir. And your name is?
My name is Paul Ward. He has it in my card there. Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, I just had a simple question of the developer, and my question is I know there have been a couple of tracks built along Avenue K recently. One is actually off of, I think, 30th Street, about a half mile down off of 30th of K, just south of K. And the other one is right on K around 25th Street or 23rd Street. And they have these ADUs, okay, auxiliary dwelling units that they put in there, okay? And I'm just curious if this builder has any concept or any ideas of building any of those type of ADUs in with his regular housing.
Well, he can. This applicant can answer if you like.
Okay. As of right now. As of right now, no. Okay.
We're not planning.
Okay. Well, I live on K, and I'm just the first house on the other side of 35th Street, okay? And I've lived there for about 25 years. I've been in the Valley for, I don't know, 52 or 53 years living here on the east side. And I'm very concerned about, you know, the way they put in a lot of the housing and stuff, and they compress things without, you know, people knowing what's happening. And I'm just kind of concerned that maybe, you know, somebody's going to, you know, bring in, you know, extra compact housing, you know, that's going to be, you know, gathering in there. And the other thing is a few years ago when they were talking about developing that before, I heard somebody say that they were planning to put maybe half-acre lots facing the 35th Street, and, you know, before they would build houses behind it. Has anybody researched any of that and seen if that was ever okayed or not okayed, or if that was part of the design?
Well, staff will answer you on that question. Answer is yes.
The subject property is zoned R7000. The lots themselves do range in size from 7,000 square feet to just over 14,000 square feet, mostly at some of the corner lots. There are lots, just as I'm looking at the proposal, in the 8,000 square foot range along the eastern boundary.
Okay. Well, I know the previous speaker was talking about a buffer area between our tract and the new tract. And I didn't know if that was, what kind of buffer area they were considering, or if that buffer area is totally gone.
Well, the property is zone R7000.
Well, I understand that.
And the map before us meets those standards. So you talked about other dwellings on a property, if I understood you as well.
Right, that was the main thing, because people have been putting these ADUs.
Accessory dwelling units are a use by right. Any property owner can install them.
Yeah, I get 10 phone calls a day wanting me to put one on my property. Yeah, I understand that. So.
Make a little revenue.
Yeah, I get a bunch of you know what in
All
my
right,
back
thank
door.
you for your comments, sir.
Thank you.
Chair Vos, I additionally can answer the earlier question that the properties both south and to the west of the subject site are zoned R7000.
Right. Okay. So anything further from anyone? No further speakers? All right. So it's appropriate then to close the public hearing on this matter without objection. Consider a motion.
I move to adopt resolution number 2511, approving tentative tract map number 22007 to allow for the subdivision of 40.3 gross acres into 150 single-family lots in the R7000 zone located at the northwest corner of 35th Street East and Avenue K, adopting a mitigated negative declaration, approving the mitigation monitoring and reporting program, and authorizing staff to execute and file the notice of determination.
A second.
Thank you. Nothing further. It's been moved and seconded. And as soon as the light flashes, we can vote. Motion passes 5-0 with 2 absent. All right, and the last item on our agenda is a presentation, which is the West Side Annexation and North Lancaster Industrial Specific Plan Draft Environmental Impact Report for public comments only. The commission has no input on this matter. We're just conducting a public hearing. So Ms. Swain, who is our ACE environmental planner, is the presenter on this.
Chairman Vos and members of the commission, the draft EIR for the West Side Annexation and North Lancaster Industrial Specific Plan was released for a 45-day public review and comment period on May 23rd of this year. The original end of comment period was July 7th, 2025. Due to an error in the document, we had to renotice. And so that comment period has been extended until July 21st, 2025. This is the public's opportunity to provide comments on that draft DIR and draft specific plan in front of the Planning Commission. Any comments received tonight will be typed out verbatim from the video and included in the final EIR and responded to. It's not an opportunity for questions to be answered. It is simply an opportunity for the public to provide oral comments. They have other opportunities. They can send emails, regular mail, through July 21st, and all comments will be responded to in the final EIR.
Very good, thank you. So do we have speakers on this item?
There are no speakers for this item.
No one wants to share anything on the environmental document with us?
Are you surprised?
No.
It's really long.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. All right then, we'll close the public hearing on this item as well. And look forward to July 21st, did you say?
That's when the comment period ends. The annexation project as a whole, including the draft specific plan, will be coming to the Planning Commission to make a recommendation to City Council on August 18th.
Very good, thank you. All right then, that concludes our action items for this evening. Comments from our planning manager, Mr. Nguyen?
Yes. Good afternoon, Chair Vos, members of the Planning Commission. I'm Hai Nguyen, Planning Manager. We are working on the agenda for the upcoming July 21st Planning Commission meeting, which may include 2 or 3 projects, such as live entertainment and a car wash. So expect notification on that pretty soon. One thing I wanted to mention was staff conducted the first public outreach event just last Saturday for the comprehensive update to the TOD plan, which is the area to the south and to the east of the boulevard. We had a great time talking to the residents about their neighborhood, and I want to shout out the staff at the Lancaster Community Center, specifically Bessie Luavano and Melanie Lopez, for being wonderful to work with. And then last and certainly not least, I wanted to formally introduce a new face on this side. It's not Steve. Steve's been around for a while, but it's Viviana Martinez. Viv has been with the city for about 3 years now. She started with building and safety, and then she moved over to planning just last year. So you've already received a bunch of communication from her. She will assist me with all things related to the Planning Commission, and she's doing all that while doing her primary job, which is assisting customers at the planning counter as well. So very excited to have Viv join the team in this capacity. That's it for now. Staff is always available if you have any questions. Thank you.
Very good, thank you, and welcome to the grinder. All right then, members, anything further? Questions, comments, anything? Nothing, all right then. We'll stand adjourned to our next regular meeting, which is somewhere. It is here on July 21st at 3:30 p.m. here in the chambers. Thank you all for your work tonight, this afternoon, I should say. Have a pleasant evening.